Kieran, given the history, given why you joined Newcastle United last January, just how special was Tuesday night and the achievement?
Yeah, it was very special because when I first signed, I mentioned many times that I wanted to help the club in that difficult moment fighting relegation. And the start of this season, we've talked about, with the togetherness that we've got in the group and, the belief that we can do something amazing. And it's just all about hard work on the training pitch with the manager and everybody buying into what the manager wants.
What on earth were those scenes, that lap of honour at full time at St James's Park, like on Tuesday for you?
No, it was amazing because obviously going into a semi-final, especially two legs, and the noise from the outside, and we was 1-0 up coming into St James's, and how would we deal with it? But I felt we dealt with it well. I think there's going to be moments in games where you're going to be under pressure, but doing that lap, I feel like it was deserved for the supporters as well, and the club, because the past few years the club's maybe been going through a difficult moment, not being where they want to, and I think everybody associated with Newcastle deserved that moment to be in a final.
I know we've talked many times with you about the atmosphere at St James's Park, what the fans are producing at St James's Park, but was that the next level on Tuesday night, especially just midway through that second half when it was a little bit of a lull and they got behind you again?
Yeah, but that's normal, I think that game and the Arsenal one last season is the one that certainly sticks out for me. But I talked about it before the second leg about there's going to be moments in the game where we're going to have to stick together because, Southampton were going to come here and just roll over. But yeah, the fans stuck with us. They knew that we was going through a moment where we just needed to be together, to be calm, and I think they recognised that in that moment and stuck by us like they have done ever since I've been here. So full credit to the supporters because we certainly appreciate it, and we just tried to give everything on the pitch in return.
One of those moments was, of course, Bruno's sending off,
yeah.
And I know a lot of fans were talking about your kind of involvement with him as he went off the pitch. You put your arm around him. Many have likened it to the kind of Lineker Gaza thing back in 1990. What were you saying to him when he was leaving the pitch? Because obviously he was in a bit of a state having been sent off.
Well, as footballers, we have setbacks in our career, and I've certainly had a lot of them throughout my career. So, not in that moment when he got sent off, but I can help him maybe in that situation because we've all had setbacks in our careers. But Bruno's a passionate player. He didn't mean anything in that tackle. He didn't mean to hurt the player. He just lunged for the ball. That's all, to win it. But yeah, it's not nice seeing one of your teammates get sent off in a semi-final, and I didn't want him to be alone. Walking off the pitch. So I felt like I just wanted to, just to say to him, like, don't worry, I can't remember off the top of my head what I was saying, but it's just to help him in that moment because I didn't want him to feel alone walking off that pitch and full of thousands of people in the stadium. So I think it was important that, and he knows he's not alone. He knows he's got a great squad around him, not just myself, everybody. And just to make him feel like we're here together, we win together, we lose together. Yeah, we're together as a team.
But wider context, of course, is you'll be leading Newcastle United out at Wembley. You've played some huge games in your career, but how special a moment is that going to be in your career to lead Newcastle out at Wembley, given the history and the lack of time Newcastle haven't been there recently?
Well, we don't know the team yet. Obviously, if Jam's playing, he's captain, so... No, but if I lead the team out, of course it'll be an amazing feeling. I've never really had the armband on a consistent basis, but for me, it's about the team, it's about winning. But of course, the most important thing is we're in the final as a club, as a team. And we've got one big game left, and hopefully we can win.
You mentioned, James, there. This is going far ahead of it. Hypothetically, if Newcastle were to lift the trophy, right. Have you spoken about what happens? Do you jointly lift it? Does he lift it? Do you lift it? What happens?
I'm not thinking that far ahead. I'm not thinking about lifting a trophy. I've been in many finals and many tournaments where you just can't process that. You can't think about that. But yeah, like I said, I can't really answer that question because I don't want to jinx myself. But no, we've got to try and win the game first.
Fair enough. Dan's off to get his suit measured. Any thoughts for yourself or not?
I'm not too sure about this, to be honest with you. I don't think it's been spoken about yet, if it's tracksuit suits or what, but I'm sure Dan's already got his, and Longy and Dummy and them, so I'm sure we'll have to match them.
Just a couple of quick final ones. We talk about the captaincy in particular. I know when you signed the contract, the flood of messages on social media from fans was immense, talking about what you've brought, not just to the club, but to the leadership of this club as well. How does it make you feel kind of hearing about those messages of support from the fans throughout the time?
It's always important. You always want to feel valued as a player or as a team, and I always go back to like last season when I was injured and I still travelled because I wanted to help my team in that moment. I couldn't help them on the pitch obviously, but I wanted to help them off the pitch. But we've got great leaders in this dressing room, some big characters who are also unbelievable around the dressing room. So it feels nice, of course, from your fans, and to commit myself here a couple more years. It's it's an unbelievable feeling, and like I said in my interview the other day, there's nowhere I'd rather be.
Just one final one from Tuesday night. Was there ever a slight tinge of disappointment about the lack of a clean sheet from you as a defender, from Popey as well?
No, of course, the clean sheets are really good, and we've been really good at that the past few months, shall we say. But listen, every game, no matter who you play against, you can't always keep a clean sheet, and Tuesday was just all about winning the match. But take nothing away from Sherdham's goal. It was a great strike. And even Pope said it was a great strike as well. If it's coming from him, it's good. But no, we're absolutely delighted with where we are, what we've done, but we're only just halfway through the season.
Just one on Anthony. We've seen you welcome him on social media, referring to that clip from the game earlier on the season. One fan picked him up from the Metro Centre and drove him back into town, which was a lovely touch. How well has he settled in so far? How big a player could he be for Newcastle, do you think?
He settled in straight away. We had a bit of banter about what happened, but listen, he was passionate for his team, I was passionate for my team, but this is football, these things happen. But now Andy settled in really well, and as a player, you see even playing against him, you see his high energy, his commitment, and the way we play, he'll fit perfectly for our team. And yeah, he's, like I said, we've got a great group of lads here where if any new signing comes in, we make sure they feel welcome from the get-go. And yeah, hopefully he'll have a bright future ahead for Newcastle.
And just finally, we could see him this week, and West Ham, Saturday Night Lights at St James's Park, the 16th in the Premier League, but how tough a test is this still going to be? They're still a fantastic side. Yeah,
they've got a great side, very good manager. It's going to be a tough game. I think where they are in the table, it doesn't reflect them as a team, because they are a really good side. Got some great players, so we need to be on it. We know how relentless the Premier League is, we know how tough the opposition is, and it's going to be another tough battle.